One, two, three, go.
All right, there it goes. Okay, so tell me a little bit about what made you inspired to get into education from where you previously were, as far as studying economics. Like, what kind of
I have
made
to go.
that
I
shift
think I
for
have to
you?
go back a little farther.
Okay, go for it.
You remember we were talking in the digital storytelling class the other day about I was going to write a thing about my disillusionment with the government.
Yes.
Well, in 1968, I was a first lieutenant in the Army, 24 years old. Martin Luther King got shot.
Right.
Um, I'd spent a year in Vietnam, just getting increasingly disillusioned with the corruption and the stuff that I just didn't approve of. Anyway, at that point in my life, I hadn't even gotten a college degree. I went through OCS, Officer Candidate School, infantry, to improve myself a little bit after taking Chinese at DLI. So that guaranteed a switch from infantry into intelligence. So I was an intelligence officer, which gave me access to a lot of stuff, stuff that everybody didn't get to know. About a fourth of the guys I went through OCS with got killed. Tough times. So anyway, I got out of the Army, came back, and I thought, well, I better go back to school. So I went to Monterey Peninsula College here. I had a year behind me. Got another year, finished all my lower division courses. Got a full ride to the Institute, free scholarship. I mean, it was pretty nice the whole way through. Through my BA. Anyway. So I studied international economics because my dad had studied economics, and I didn't really know what to do. So that's kind of the background. So again, studying economics. Looking at the whole financial world development, I thought, well, maybe I can do something good, in the economic world, development-wise. And again, I saw back into the government you go, and had those issues. So anyway, a lot of things built up to, I thought that would be a practical degree. So sitting around with my wife one evening, having a glass of wine, maybe two, and we decided how much we liked Monterey. And so, well, what can we do to stay here? So she said, why don't you take a look at education? And I wasn't the most adept student as a middle through high school, a little on the goofy side. College, I got serious. I was a 4.0 student in college all the way. But anyway, I was at the process right about then. I had applied to the London School of Economics to
Great school.
Yeah. And we'll let the machine take that. Can you pause that?
Yeah.
You'll get the background, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, London School of Economics, we talked about what I could do to stay here. And luckily at the Institute at that time, they had a teacher credential program. So I got into it, sort of as backing in, thinking it was sort of a lightweight, career, academically not as challenging, and it ended up being pretty challenging. I found there were some really good teachers. So anyway, I visited her classroom and a number of other classrooms, and going around, I just saw that there was a huge need for a male presence in classrooms, especially elementary. So in 1972, I got hired as the only there were two teachers hired in Monterey that year, myself and one other woman. So that was it. They only hired.
Wow.
So it was, and I got placed in a hardship school over in Seaside, which is now the International School, what used to be called the Manzanita School. And it was heavily minority impacted. The Watts riots were going on.
Wow.
So it was kind of a high intensity, charged atmosphere, I would say. And so we did a lot of interacting kind of stuff, completely opposite of the, content-driven stuff that's going on now. So we did a lot of, personal explorations, getting self-expression, getting the kids to open up, Plus, I saw the need to be a more innovative teacher than most of the ones I had watched in my observations. I saw some good ones, but I saw a lot of
Yeah.
kind of iffy teachers. So anyway,
Well, what made you stay in it? Was it the kids that you saw a change in that made you stay in it? Was it the cause? Was it fellow teachers? Who, I guess, had the biggest role in making you stay dedicated to that career
the kids.
change?
I think it was definitely the kids. Yeah, seeing the kids change and being effective and just seeing the lights go on. I really enjoyed working with the underachievers, and I also really really liked working with the overachievers, and there were those kids that were underserved in that particular community too. So that kind of got me interested in the other end of the scale, the high end student.
The gifted.
Yeah, and so after I did about 4 years at that school. I went to another school, taught upper elementary, taught English at the middle school level, which was really good because that was my naturally sort of a social science literature type guy. So I did that for about 8 years, I guess, and had a team of 14 teachers that also were inspiring to me. Back and forth, we had wonderful collaborations. We worked as a team in a middle school where it's a tough age, but we just had a great department and fun. We learned from each other. And then I got recruited to run the GATE program, and I did that for the last 20 years of teaching. Again, just for the thrill of seeing the kids get it and stretching them. Yeah. So
Cool.
that was pretty much it in a nutshell. I just got a note from one of my students that I had in 6th grade
Oh.
that I ran into, and I will forward it to you
Oh.
for your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It keeps coming back.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So
I guess the only other question I think I have is when I'm looking at this topic, I'm wondering if, because basically what I'm looking at is what makes the difference between an evangelist for a cause and someone who's just like a so-so volunteer, so-so activist. And I'm wondering if somebody has to have some sort of organic personal experience or if it can just be picked up. And, what I'm kind of finding is that it seems like there does have to be some sort of face-to-face human interaction. I mean, what do you think about that?
I think it's crucial. I think I didn't go in it as a crusader. I sort of became a crusader as I grew into the job. I first got into it thinking, well, I can get a job, I can make enough money to live here.
Right.
It was that pretty simple. And then, when you start to get into something and you see the difference with what you're doing, and it becomes a cause, then you adopt it and carry it forward. Now, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Same idea. I don't know how successful we're being, but
well, that's why I
it.
chose to talk with you because you could be retired and just play golf all day, but you choose to still come in here and give back. So you're definitely a good example.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get this place stabilized, and I think we're sort of there with the money into things, but getting the curricular mission back in place is the challenge now.
A sustainable change is usually not a quick change, It kind
I guess
of
not,
went into the dumps for a little bit. Not into the dumps, but it just got neglected for a while, and now
things change.
Catch up time.
Yeah.
But
well, if you need any other